Okay, back on trail. This is where I was Tuesday night in the rain. I was about to pitch my tent. I kid you not, this is Kelvin. This is the freight yard at Kelvin. This is drinking water. Everybody gets dropped off here. I was about to pitch my tent there because my phone was dead, as I explained in my last video. And a lovely lady just literally pulled up there and said, "Do you want to lift?" This is where I was, but it was raining and it was pretty dark. Gary's just dropped me off. I've got a bit of a cool story to tell you about Gary, but I'm going to get moving for a bit now. I'm going to get some water and then I'm going to get on trail. But I've had a great 2 nights in Kearny. Absolutely brilliant 2 nights. Really enjoyed it. Trust me to record a video with a damn plane flying overhead, but here you go. That's the copper mine that sits just outside of Kearny. Look if you can see in the middle of the picture now. And I pretty much come from down there. I'm maybe 3 miles in, I don't know. Look at it, it's a lovely day. Look at all these saguaro. Everything's in bloom. The ocotillo, look, nice and green. Right, I'm just climbing into the Tortilla Mountains. That's my view back from where I came from this morning. You can just see the copper mine in the distance. I came from down there and then to the right. Get that little beauty again. Again, this is a pincushion cactus. I'm pretty sure it's a Graham's fishhook. But that one's starting to get fruit. They're edible, them. Not that I'm going to take one, like I'm going to leave them for the local wildlife. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. Right, can you see there? Tiny little peak right in the distance. I'm absolutely sure that is Antelope Hill or Antelope Peak, and I have to get up and over that. Like I say, I'm pretty sure that's it, and it's a good way off, like. And just to the right, you see those mountains with the snow on? They're the Santa Catalinas and Mount Lemmon. I'm heading that way. I don't go all the way towards them, but I'm definitely going up and around Antelope Peak. Now, that is my very first metal post or metal sign of this particular trip. I'm not far from Ripsey Wash, where I camped last year before I went into Kearny, and there is a water source there. But I've bumped into a load of Arizona Trail hikers this year, and they're telling me that there's a new tank, a big blue tank further on. Really nice water, because the one last year were full of bees and all sorts. So I'm going to push onto that one, and I'm going to stop, sit down, have something to eat and a really, really good drink, and I'll do a piece to camera and tell you what I'm hoping to do the next couple of days. Well, that's looking back from where I've just come from. That's basically the tail end of the Tortilla Mountains. I've just dropped down there into the bottom. That's Ripsey Wash down there. That's where I camped last year. I camped there before I went into Kearny. And if you follow the wash to the right about a quarter of a mile, there's an old concrete cattle trough with water in. But like I say, I'm going to go to this new one. It's about a mile from here, I think. Right, well, I've found the new water tank. Look, there he is. Now, my next reliable water source is 25 mile, which won't be well tomorrow, and that's Beehive Well. That is as far as I'm going on the Arizona Trail. I turn left at Beehive Well, but there is Freeman Road, and that usually has a box that's stocked by for the public. But I'm not going to take that chance, so I'm going to fill up with water here because it's got to last me while tomorrow. Okay, just take a step back a bit. Look, here's another chain fruit cholla cactus. This is a really mature one, a jumping cholla. Just to give you a better example of the why it's called what it is. See all the fruit that's chained together. Yeah, that's a really mature one. Right, you see that mountain in the distance, look, in the middle of the picture now. That's Antelope Hill, or Antelope Peak. I still can't make my mind up which one it is. That's the mountain that I pointed out this morning, really early, right in the distance, so obviously I'm a lot closer now. I will be passing right by the side of that tomorrow. And that mountain in the distance with the snow on it, like I mentioned earlier, that's the Santa Catalina's Mount Lemon. And that's the Black Mountains there. I don't go that way. I'm pretty much, well, I'm heading right down there to Antelope Hill Peak. Well, there's my pitch for the night. Lovely and level. I just hope that the wind doesn't get up, because the ground is really, really soft. And at either end of my tent, as you can see, I've got little stone there, but I've actually pushed 2 tent pegs in to try and keep it in. I'm hoping to get a nice sunset tonight because it's quite flat out. I don't want to point into the sun with my camera, but I'm hoping to get a nice sunset out there in the next hour and a half. Well, there's the view from my tent this morning. That was a cold one last night. I wasn't ready for that. I had to get all my gear on in the middle of the night. Yep. Another frosty one for me. I have absolutely busted for a peat, so I'm going to have to get up, have a quick pee, then I'm going to have another 20 minutes in here just getting warm and hopefully letting this tent dry out a little bit. And that's my camp spot. I'm going to get back into my bag and now another 20 minutes. Let's get something to eat, and then I'm going to work out where my next water source is so I can decide on how much water to drink today before. I think it's within about 8 miles, so I can have a good drink this morning. Okay, I'm arriving at Freeman Road. It's a trailhead here with a trail register. More importantly, that cache, hopefully there's going to be water in there. Not that I need it, because I'm not all that far away from God, one-handed Alan, you're bloody useless. No, it's getting low. Well, there's still, what, about 4 or 5 gallon. More than enough for me. I only need a couple of litres, if that. The reason I pushed on here to get water is because we got that, look. I can sit on there and have a bit to eat and just chill out and relax and dry my stuff. I'm going to dry my tent out here. I'm going to have maybe a half hour, dry my tent and my sleeping bag. Freeman Road trailhead. There we are, look. Stand back a bit. Yeah. I'll sign the trail register. Right, I shall catch you later. There you go, look. This is Arizona. They even shoot at pictures of animals. Do you remember yesterday morning when I was trying to show you that mountain in the far distance? That's him. And it is Antelope Peak, not Antelope Hill. Which I'm pleased about, because I don't really like the word hill, especially if it's got Simon before it. Look at this. I'm absolutely certain this is an Arizona pencil cholla, and it's the first one that I've seen that I can remember anyway. I can't remember seeing one last year, but I must have done, because I walked right, I'm on the damn trail, so I must have walked right past it. But look how thin they are. Arizona pencil cholla. That's my future down there. If you can just make out that line, it looks like a dirt road. It isn't. That's Putnam Wash. It's about a mile from where I'm stood. And I picked that up. In fact, I'm just going to go past Putnam Wash because there's a really good water source called Beehive Well. And I'm going to get my water, and then I'm heading right up there. Into them hills. No trail, no nothing. Well, there he is. You see the windmill? That's my next water source. That's where I leave the Arizona Trail. And I head off up there. Right, this is Beehive Well. The sun's probably going to be right glaring, and it's full to the brim because of all the rain Arizona's had this year and snow. It works off of a windmill, look, and it's full to overflowing. Well, it was pretty much like this last year, to be fair. Look, squeeze in here, you can take it straight out of the tank. Look how full that is, but you see that baby there, no filter. Do not need to filter this. Man, it's warm. I can't believe how warm it is. Right, I'm just having 10-15 minutes here. I'm at Beehive Well, as you've just seen, just topping up with water. This is as far as I'm going on the Arizona Trail. I'm heading off up Putnam Wash now, towards Aravaipa Canyon. I'm hoping to get another 5 miles in tonight. That'll give me another 20-mile day. And that'll leave me a steady 15 to get me to the canyon tomorrow. which is Sunday, because my permit's for Monday. I just wanted to tell you a quick story. When I told you the story about me thinking my phone was broke, well, I managed to get back. That lovely lady picked me up from the water source, took me through to Kearny, where Jodie fixed it. Well, she didn't fix it, but she found out the solution to it. So as we're going back with Mo in the car, there was 3 of us, me and the 2 bikers I told you about. We got back to where I was picked up, and Gary was there. Gary's a trail angel. He picks everybody up and ferries them back. He won't take a penny, won't take anything for it. So Mo stopped because there was 3 hikers. Gary was picking 3 hikers up. It's getting late now. It's 7:30. It's dark. So Mo says to Gary, "Are you taking those guys up to, up into Kearny? Because there's no room left. There's no room. It's all booked up." So he said, "They want something to eat first." I said, "He goes, well, look, if they can't find anything up there, by all means bring them back down to my place and they can put the tent up in the garden, because she's got a massive big back garden." So as he's talking to her, obviously the windows wound down. I'm looking at these 3 hikers. One of them's about my age, so we nodded at each. He was called Gary, as it turned out. His name was Gary as well. So Gary is looking at me, taking a quick, sideward look 2 or 3 times. He said, so I nodded to him. I says, "Gary," he says, "Didn't I give you a lift last year from so-and-so and so-and-so?" I says, "No, that weren't me, Gary." I said, "You did give me a lift. You gave me a lift from Kearny into down to here." And as soon as he heard me away, he goes, "I remember you. I picked you up outside the grocery store with some other lads, didn't I?" I says, "Yeah." He said, I swear to God, this is what he said. He goes, "Your bucket list." I swear to God, that's how he said it, bucket list. I went, and I started laughing. The reason why he said that was last year, when he came to pick us up outside the grocery store, I jumped in the back. Now Gary, he's got a Jeep this year. Last year he had an old flatbed with no tailgate. So I jumped in. I threw my rucksack in the back, jumped in the back. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "There's room in the cab." I said, "No, Gary, I'm all right. I'm fine, honestly." He said, "There's a perfectly good spot in the passenger seat, comfy, air conditioning." I said, "Gary, I'm all right. Honestly, I'm fine." I said, "Look," I said, "this is one of my bucket list items. I want to get a ride in the back of a pickup in America. We can't do this in England. We'd get arrested. So it's a bucket list item for me. I want to do it." So he's gone into his car, got his phone out of the glove compartment, come back in and took a photograph of this crazy Englishman that were on a bucket list item. And he remembered it. And that's what he said. He goes, "Oh, I remember you, your bucket list." Tried to do my accent. What a class act. But yeah, Gary, love you to death, man. Hope to see you again next year. I'm looking at doing it southbound next year. So stay good, man. Stay healthy. Thanks for all you do, brother. Really mean it. Thank you. Right, that water there is from Putnam Spring. And Putnam Spring, hope the sun doesn't spoil this, is up there. I think it's about 1/4 of a mile, 1/3 of a mile, something like that, 0.3 of a mile. Now I don't need any water, but I can certainly fill the water report in for the rest of the lads that's doing this trail. It's well flowing. It's flowing, the spring's flowing that well, it's flowing, look, I mean, and it's not flowing slow, not flowing slow either, look. Plenty of water in Putnam Spring, into Putnam Wash. Well, once again, I've just, excuse me, nipped out for a quick pee. My bladder isn't what it used to be. There's my camp spot in this really big wide wash. Looks like being another really nice day as well, look. No clouds at all yet, it'll soon be warming up. Well, this is my journey at the minute. I've not seen any sight, sound of any kind of trail for over a mile, which is about an hour and a half ago, because I'm beating my way through all this. I'm basically heading north. So obviously I'm on a compass bearing, but obviously I can't take a straight bearing because I have to try and go round shape. There's loads of dead trees, fallen trees. Yeah, it's proving really slow at the minute. Right, so I've stumbled into this canyon, very narrow. It's really rough because, well, look at it, it's all overgrown because it's narrow. But the sides are really steep, so I'm gonna have to keep going down here until I can find somewhere to clamber out on the top and then take my bearings, see what I actually am. Oh, the joy. Well, that took some getting out of. Not going to kid anybody there. You see where all those green trees are? That's quite a steep drop down into a really riparian area. The San Pedro River rather, runs through there. I was going to water up there, but it looks really, yeah. Well, how nice is this? It's Arizona Central College. I think that's what it's called. I'm heading, well, like that sign said, 12 mile down that dirt road up there. But I popped in here just for something quick to eat, get a bit of shade. But look at that, outside water faucet. So I've been able to top up all my water now because I'm getting a little bit dehydrated. So I'm going to take a good 1.5 litres here and then press on. Right guys, just a quick update. I've made it to Central Arizona College, where they've got some Wi-Fi, believe it or not, so I've just sent a few messages back to my family. But I wanted to talk about yesterday. Well, let me start at the beginning. Before I came out to Arizona, I was watching a YouTube channel. Some ladies started the Arizona Trail. I watched the first 3. And I really got into it. I really did. I was so much enjoying it. Like I say, I watched the first 3, then I had to fly out. Well, I only bumped into them yesterday, didn't I? I was hoping I was. I really wanted to bump into them just to say how much I admired what they were doing and how fantastic it was and how much I really enjoyed the first 3 videos. Now, I'm going to leave a link in the description below, but the ladies' names are Christy and Annette, and the YouTube channel is Wonder Woman with Christy and Annette. So, but like I said, I'll leave a description in the video, in the description below. Just check them out, guys. It's fantastic. I was so pumped to meet them. They were brilliant. So I'm going to make it short and quick because, like I say, this video is going to be a bloody hour long if I don't. I just wanted to flag that up, that I really enjoyed bumping into them. They were fantastic. They were just as lovely and bubbly in real life as they are on the actual videos themselves. So, link in description. Please check them out because the ladies, they're elderly. Well, not say elderly, but you know, they're my age, and they're hiking all the way across Arizona. God bless them. I hope they do it. Well, I'm going to follow them anyway, and I hope you guys do. So, anyway, I'm checking out now. Take care. So I've just signed into there. It's like a courtesy register. You have to fill your proper name in and all that, because I'm crossing state trust land now, which is up there. But I'll spin round quickly. Look who's there. That's Antelope Peak, looking at it from a completely different angle. I came up and over there just to the right hand side only yesterday, and then spinning quickly again. We've got the mountain with the snow, like I've already mentioned, that's Mount Lemon. The black sort of craggy thing in the middle of it coming this way, that's Oracle Ridge. But now, you see in the further distance, that's Mount Meeker. That's the Saguaro National Park. It's got snow on it still. Great views from here. Right, I guess I've got to get under that fence.